So I've been seeing a lot of people online asking how to build a character in this game, or what is your build? What is this? What did you use here? And this game, I'm not gonna lie to you, is super straightforward. When you guys are going through the campaign, which should be the main thing that you are doing, unless you want to obviously farm for something else. But if you're just trying to be efficient, get to endgame, you should just be straight up speed running this story. I'm currently on the final zone right now, and I have been working through this pretty quick. I haven't been playing quite as much as other people, so I'm pretty happy with my progression. So I'm just going to show you exactly how I built my bunny and exactly how you guys can do it too, because it's super straightforward. The game gives you literally everything. Obviously, you are going to be starting with one of the 3 starting characters, but then you get bunny very soon after, within like an hour or so. So once you get bunny, then you can just start speedrunning. Do not buy it. I do not buy anything in this game. You're never going to see me with any sort of purchase. I do not want to spend any of my money on this game. So if you guys are in the same boat, this is going to be something that I'm going to be continuing here on this channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you want to see all sorts of free-to-play content on this game. So let's go ahead and jump in exactly how I built my bunny. So taking a look at our bunny mods first, my bunny is a level 40. Also, I did get an energy activator from some side mission. I claimed it from like the little bounty board guy. So I went and installed that on bunny just because I knew she was going to be my most played character. So I do have a little bit more module capacity. If you don't have an energy activator on here, just focus on these first couple ones that I'm going to be pointing out, and then add some other stuff from there. So straight up, the first thing you guys should be doing, and I have noticed this in all of the void intercepts that I've tried to do in like a public matchmaking thing, I've ended up just having to go and solo basically every single boss so far, just because people keep having these issues, and I will sit there and just be taking shots. With this game, you should just be speccing health and defenses. Don't really care too much about shields. I do have it on here just because it is a little bit helpful at times, but for the most part, you should be focusing on health and shields. So increased HP, this is going to be the very first thing that you are leveling up. You're going to put that on, and also one of the little base attacks, the little melees. Doesn't really matter which one you want to do. Just level it up. It's going to give you extra space here on your bunny. So I just have shock punch because it was the first one I had. And then from there, you're going to be going into increased HP. You can do a little bit of shield, like I said, but from here, the main ones you're going to want to be looking for are agony and spear and shield. So these will give you defenses, big amounts of defenses, and also some extra bonuses like max MP and also skill power. So skill power is really nice just because we want to be killing all the different waves of enemies with just one pulse from our third ability, the lightning emission. So that's basically what we're going to be focusing on too. With this build is completely centered around just getting through the campaign as quick as possible. We really don't care about our first ability or our ultimate. They really don't matter. You're just going to be focusing on speed of light and lightning emission. So from there, what we're going to want to do is focus on getting lightning emission to have essentially 100% uptime. And we're going to be doing that through our skill duration and also our skill cooldown. So nimble fingers and skill extension. You're going to level both of these up. Right now, I have nimble fingers at like rank, 5, and skill extension at about rank 4. And currently, this is basically 100% uptime here on my lightning emission. So you don't even need to max these out to do so. I think I could probably bump these up like 1 or 2 more, and then it will be truly 100% uptime. But for the time being, this works perfectly fine. Then once you have those key elements out of the way in terms of mods is where you can start adding the extra stuff. So if you have the energy activator like I do, you can start adding these things. So obviously skill power is really nice. Like I said, just making sure the enemies die on 1 to 2 waves of your lightning emission is huge. And then also time distribution. I just threw this on there because I had a couple extra points, and this is going to give me a little bit more skill cooldown and max HP. This is another very nice mod. I didn't get this until later, so if you guys are still leveling up, you probably won't find this, but I'm not 100% sure exactly where I got it. I just know I got it a little bit later. But for the good, first 3 quarters of the campaign, I just focused on HP, the defenses from spear and shield and agony, and then the cooldowns and durations here for our lightning emission, and that served me super well. I was having no issues. Like I said, I was soloing basically every single boss, and I was pretty much unable to do it with any sort of public matchmaking, just because I feel like people were not doing these things. I think a lot of people are maybe going like shields or not focusing into their defenses enough and are going straight into their skills. And on those bosses, it's mostly a gun game. So don't really worry too much about your skills for the bosses. And that was definitely the biggest like slowdown for my progression through the campaign, was just trying to find a team for the public ones. And then I just realized I should just go and solo this. And then I beat it within my first 1 to 2 tries. Taking a look at our reactor and external components. So for our reactor, the main thing you want to be looking at is you don't really need to know how to read any of the optimization, skill power boosts. You really don't need to know how to read that, because you're just going to see it reflected in the damage of your skills down in the middle. So your second and third abilities are going to be tied together, since they're both electric singular skills. That's that symbol that is next to them. Those are going to be the things you want to focus. So if you do want to know how to read this, the skill power boost, it's going to be looking for electric skill power and singular skill power to both be checked off. Those will give your middle 2 abilities a boost, and that third one being the main one that we care about. From there, the optimization is going to be just a weapon that you use a lot. So for me, I use the SMG at all times. So having an SMG on there is awesome. Hand cannon or sniper are some other good optimization conditions, just because they will most likely be active all the time for you. Don't worry about the passives on there. I haven't even looked at that yet. It doesn't matter. You're constantly going to be upgrading these things. So when you get new reactors, just go through, hover over the different things, look what is going to be a boost in that second and third ability department, and equip that one if it's higher. It's really that simple. Then for the external components, here, once again, you're going to be focusing on defense and max HP. I do have a max shield passive on this one, so it's not the greatest, but it's okay. It gets the job done. But once again, max HP defense, you can get like double rolls on them. Like I've had ones that are defense on the HP, or sorry, on the memory, and then they have defense as a passive on there, and it just gives you a ton. And I've had vice versa with just like double HPs. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do with the different passives to try to focus on getting as much HP and defense as humanly possible, and you'll be good to go there. If you do want to add in just like a little bit of shield, you can, but I do recommend full sending the HP and defense. I'll also go over the weapons with this bunny build too, just because it's something that I have used exclusively throughout my campaign, and I really don't see myself changing any of these things. So the first off being the Thunder Cage. This is a ultimate SMG that you're going to get pretty early on. If you're just playing the game and paying attention to your quests, you are most likely going to be getting this. You maybe need to go back and like farm like one component. I'm not really sure. I didn't have to do anything special to get this, but this is really serving me well. And you can also get an extra one from some side quests, so you can upgrade the unique ability on it, which is really nice. But if you guys want to take a look at the unique ability, here is Overcharge. So when you defeat an enemy, they have a chance of doing a electric discharge shockwave, and it deals additional damage to enemies nearby. This is really, really good. It helps out your clear speeds immensely. So this is pretty much always going to be on for me. I just really like SMGs the most anyways in this game, because they do quite a bit of damage, they feel good, and they have very low reload times, which is one of my biggest gripes with this game. And then from there on the passives, if you guys are looking for some, just do crit rate, crit damage, and then like just base flat attack. Anything like that is nice. I do like chill on here just because it will freeze, slow, and like kind of stun the enemies you're shooting basically. So it helps out on some of the beefier targets and keeping them at bay. And then just do a hand cannon. I have this ultimate one on right now just because why not? Once again, it's one of those weapons that the game essentially hands you as you are playing the campaign. So I have that one on right now, but any hand cannon will do. The unique effect on here really does nothing. So once again, firearm attack, crit rate, crit damage, weak points, anything like that's going to boost your damage. In the passives, you can run those. And then I always do like to run a sniper. I just have this different dream purple on right now. And same deal with the passives there. Crit rate, firearm attack, crit damage, all of those things that just boost your flat damage are going to be your best option when you're just going through the campaign. I don't want to go too much into the weapon moddings, but once again, this game is so simple for when you are going through the campaign. There's nothing that you need to overthink, and I just want to show that here with my Thunder Cage. You're just going to be focusing on your main damage mods. So rifle reinforcement, just flat attack, your crit rate, your crit damage, and once again, firearm attack. That is all you need. I am still 1 to 2 shotting all of the just normal enemies that I'm running into with this weapon. And I don't have any sort of energy activator on here, no like formas, anything like that. It is not here. You do not need anything special for getting through the campaign. Focus on your basics for your weapons, for your bunny, and that's all you need, or any Descendant that you are running. This is going to extend outside of this build specifically when you guys are just going through the base part of the game. Nobody is far enough in this game, really, for the most part, unless you're whaling or you have not slept, that you will be doing anything special in terms of builds. Right now, just focus on your basics and you guys will have a super easy time. And then once everybody gets on that page, then we can start loading into those void intercept missions as public events, and then everybody can have a good time. We can melt the bosses. Nobody's gonna be dying, just as long as everybody gets to their basics. So I do want to show you guys exactly how effective just focusing on these basic mods are. So I'm just going to shoot a level 100 enemy with my Thunder Cage. Once again, this thing's level 82. And this guy's got shields and everything. So I'm just going to walk up to him, start laying in, and he's going to die in less than a clip. So right there, this guy's 20 levels over me. Even then, I'm still frying through him. Once I'm on level, we're just going to be tearing through enemies in like 1 to 2 shots. So I really do want to hammer home the basics part. I've just seen way too many people asking about builds, how to do this, what's the best combinations for that, and it's really just that simple for the first, you know, 2 dozen hours of this game. So really do focus on those things. Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for our no BS free to play bunny build guide here for at least the campaign. Once again, the builds are gonna start getting a little bit more in depth later on. I will be at endgame here today and the coming weekend, so if you guys want any sort of updates as things change. Also, I'll be covering builds for all the different Descendants. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. If you did find this video helpful, make sure you leave a thumbs up on it, also to let me know. It really does help me out. Also, if you guys want to find people to play with, make sure you go down in the description, join the Discord, and you guys can team up in there. That's seriously the best way of like finding people to play and farm with. That way you can guarantee that everybody's on the same page. If you guys are a grinder, that is going to be the place to be. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this far in the video. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See ya.